around, trying to find a way in, so I detained him.
Oh.
Are you?
What?
This is how Potton looked before his face was marred.
Wait, so what's going on? Wasn't the whole point of the potion to disguise himself and escape Fontaine?
Enough of this nonsense.
You better pipe down. There's an old lady in there who's very...
Heck,
He's gotta be...
forced against it. Back when I was being... Amazing what a difference a handsome face... You want an explanation? Fine. I'll tell it how it is. When I was just Potton...
Ew. What do you...
Women despise me.
Collaborate? You don't look like much of a researcher to me.
My peers scorned me.
Mr. Potton, was it? I'm most interested in your research. Consider my offer carefully. I doubt you'll find other investment opportunities.
Only villains would work with me.
You want out of the game? Forget about it. Turns out, I slipped up a little. Left your picture with some Marechaussee Phantom officers. Easy mistake to make. Now they've listed you as an accomplice and drawn up an arrest warrant. So I suggest you put any thoughts of running away to rest. If you get caught by the guards for being in the synth business, you ain't ever seeing the light of day again.
There was no way out for me. Until I could stop being Potton.
Mr. Rawat,
I became popular with women.
This new potion you developed is fascinating. Genius, in fact. Would you consider working with me? I'd be happy.
My peers looked up to me.
I'm very interested in your research, sir. You must no doubt have offers from countless investors, so far be it from me to ask for a full collaboration.
And the villains even began to fear me. Becoming Rawat showed me what a superficial world, but I did not hold a grudge, or so I thought. Mother, I'm back. How are you doing?
Who are you?
I bought the best medicine Mora could buy, but nothing would cure her illness. In the end, I hoped she'd at least be able to see her son one last time before she passed, but when everyone else rejected me, the only person who cared about me was my mother.
I have to let her see me again. Even if it means donning my own wretched... Well, is that enough explaining for you?
Have you ever considered... You found a...
So you kept being a
Villain. You have no right to judge me! You're all just fake people living in a hypocritical world! I regret nothing! My mother would understand!
You... Honestly...
Don't humor me.
I didn't know anything. I had to confirm my
Are you kidding me?
Well, there were no but...
Fundamental Most people probably... You use it yourself.
Sigewinne? Yes, you're right.
It was either carry on living in the gutters as part of an alien race cast out by humanity. So you see...
That's not...
Huh?
Head nurse. I'm not sure.
Don't worry. He was willing to risk sacrificing...
I see.
So before you arrest...
All right. I under...
Mom? It's me, Potton. Your son. Mom!
I'm sorry.
What?
Your appearance...
No, it can't be. I've done so much. No.
The temperature of his palm must have changed. I'm sorry. It seems I couldn't bring him back to you after all. It's you? course.
Mom!
No more questions, Potton.
Mom!
I'm sorry to say this, Potton, but you and I are...
The wait is over,
Oh, Sigewinne's here too! Hey, Sigewinne! Oh, trap, of course! Nurses, actually... that reminds... Nope, there's... Besides, after consulting... Wow,
Thank you for serving as our consultant, head nurse.
great! Good...
Also, after he saw his mother for the last time, apparently, their supplier was it made for us.
Vache,
Make no mistake, since the flood cut off their supply of primordial after receiving,
that sounds more like it!
based on what he tried to throw us, but
So he tried this one... Looking at the interior...
yes, even so,
I understand. Why did you want them anyway? Potton was one... Why are you still... That may be true.
one last thing, head nurse. It would be for the best.
Of course.
Thank.
So, Sigewinne, did you really use that? Why do you sound so yes, but... I know. Before I tell you... Of course! Nervalette and Risley, they're here too!
Good to see you, traveler. Paimon. I trust all has been going well for you.
Big news, everyone. The Udex is out of his office.
Is that...
Why wouldn't they?
yes, you're quite right. After reading the Marish...
Take note. That...
So the old friend... Oh, sorry.
I doubt she considers that title to be offensive, Paimon. Don't worry.
Indeed. In fact, I believe Sigewinne would take it as a sign of affection. She has spoken of this doctor on many occasions, and it sounds like she was a truly generous individual. In those days, many people harbored prejudice.
Wow.
A younger colleague. Well, that might be true for the Udex, but I'm not sure I can say the same. Sigewinne served a sentence. Strictly speaking,
She served a sentence?
Yes. Long before I became Udex, there was an ancient law in Fontaine that prohibited any attempt to transform another species into a human. Initially, but now...
ignorance is...
Sigewinne had...
Could you tell us?
Certainly.
Even with their daughter,
Master,
I discovered I had no choice.
then...
There's no...
But...
As I...
I know. I'll do what...
Even if it...
As long as I don't...
Then If not, I will leave you.
When Sigewinne returned, she found a potion, and after I had...
So that's what happened.
I fear Sigewinne... When I reflected after the final since she invited...
You're here. The old Sigewinne, the witch who gave you the magic. After learning the... Well, but she... That's just who she was. All right. I broke the law. True. You're not like... And yet... Unfair. What makes you say... I knew you'd... The verdict came down. This Melusine is guilty. The Iudex defended the authority of Fontaine law, but he did not confiscate the Melusine's medical kit. And so, the fortress of Meripede gained a new little doctor. She still wore her hood and raincoat, even though it never rained in the fortress. Perhaps thanks to her human appearance, no one refused her treatment. She treated more and more patients, and her sentence grew ever shorter. Finally, the people of the fortress could not live without her, and though her sentence ended, she did not leave them either. Then one day, she received an invitation from the outside world. The location seemed familiar, and when she arrived, an old lady was waiting for her. She saw right through the Melusine's disguise, but didn't reveal it. Instead, she asked a question.
Tell me, why do you think you gained the respect of so many people, despite being a Melusine?
Because I look like a human?
It's been 50 years, Sigewinne, and you haven't aged a day. I think everyone knows you are not human. I finally found you, after all these years. I still remember, you know. It was you who saved me that night.
But how? I was no longer a Melusine by then.
Does it really matter if you're human or Melusine? I remember the warmth of your palm. It's quite unmistakable. And you know what? It hasn't changed one bit. You don't have to hide anymore, Sigewinne. These days, everyone wants to make friends with Melusines. And I think that it's all because of you. I'm sorry I couldn't say this until now, but thank you, Dr. Melusine.
Now that's an ending Paimon can get behind. After hearing everything, I tried to treat him. I understand. Oh, it's nothing. Oh, in order to well, still, Melusine physics. After all, from a Melusine point of view. Paimon. Well, leave it to